Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, I see you.
Clickbaity, ThirstTrap, 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 ThirstTrap.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's good, boy?
yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it
good,
is. It is
Mondale?
Friday, man. Look, bro, it's Friday, and we look like in some undisclosed locations, witness protection programs, and all of that. What's going on with you, man? You look like you got the
Man,
cigar in
listen,
front of you. At least it looked like you got one.
yeah, I got my Friday night stick. It's my little reward for going like 5, 6 days straight on the workout tip. I'm all the way live from one of my favorite spots in Atlanta, Georgia. Self isolated. Even though I do got my little shots. I do I do
You
got my
lost your
little
camera.
shots. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I do got my little shots. So I'm COVID friendly, but I'm all the way live from Highland Cigar Lounge. They allowed me to do a clickbaity political thirst trap from up here. I told them that, yo, listen, I love y'all. I love my trap squad. So boom, bada bing. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. So what's good, Mondale, man? How you doing?
Man, just out here working, trying to make sure we got enough money that we can not only educate brothers civically about what's going on in this country, but also make sure that we can continue to reach brothers in other ways and provide services for them in other ways. Real quick, Tunde, can you give Marcus some more volume? When he was speaking, I could barely hear him. I want to make sure that all the Trap Squad can hear what he got to say. So yeah, man, it's the Friday edition. We won't get too thick. We won't get too thick, but it's Friday, and it's a couple topics that we should run across. You know what I'm saying? This hour that we got together. So what's popping?
Well, listen, first, I just want to say that I'm going to start an argument, but not meant to be an argument. And I'm going to bring something back up, and you're going to be like, yo, we've been through this. My brother, I believe now that Ice Cube was more right than he was wrong. I do.
Say more.
And the reason why I think that is because I notice how many people don't talk about our plight. And there's a lot of ignorant people, man. There's a lot of people who don't understand policy. There's a lot of people who don't understand have a nuance, a political nuance about what Black people need. There's very small amount of people in America who have an understanding, like who have a poll and poll Black people because we're not monolithic. And in hindsight, I see a lot of people right now who are reactive to things that happen good for Black folks, but are literally quiet when the struggle is on for that fight itself. So I like people who are willing to get into the fight and the struggle, and especially multimillionaires who are willing to say something. And I honestly, at the bottom of my heart, don't believe that Ice Cube was coming during the presidential election for negativity, right? And this all comes from a place with me where I'm at the point where I'm tired of canceling people forever. I think we should have like a link for how long we cancel people. Was Ice Cube completely correct? Absolutely not. But I just want to give him props for trying something. And that's my thing. And that's the thing that I said then. I want to reemphasize it right now because, yeah, he came at the shit the wrong way. Yes, he was talking to the Trump administration. I mean, there's a big Stacey Dash is trying to come back right now for being a Trumper or being this conservative person, right? And I'm not necessarily going to automatically let her in the barbecue, but on the same token, man, trauma has done a lot to Black people. Whether you're a billionaire or whether you only got two cents in your pocket, trauma's done a lot. And most of us, when we try to get aware, we say what we're going to say and we do what we're going to do to try to get us all free, right? So that's where I'm at with it, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Am I defending Ice Cube? No. I'm not completely defending him because he said some things that were off and he should have had a little bit more nuance when it comes down to actually being able to talk about the Black community. But with that being said, I know a lot of rich people who don't say shit about the Black community, who don't do a goddamn thing, who don't produce their own platforms for what the Black community needs, or even have thoughts about it whatsoever. They're reactionary. They only celebrate when George Floyd's family gets the money, but they're not there when they're arguing for the money. They only celebrate when we get reparations, if we ever get reparations. But they're not joining us right now in the fight, right? At least that brother was in the fight, and that's where I'm coming from. Whether it's the right fight, the wrong fight, we all fight in different ways, and that's where I'm coming from right now. Because I see so many well-engaged people who could be well-engaged with their platform that much rather go and talk to Meghan Markle about what the hell is going on over there in Europe instead of talking about having a conversation with what's going on right now for Black America. And I'm more than willing to engage anybody who's willing to have a conversation about Black America.
Yeah, I don't think I want to rehash this conversation with you about Ice Cube. I mean, I feel the way I feel about him. You feel the way you feel about him. I don't feel like Ice Cube was sincere in his efforts in that, and I think he was coming for the smoke. I mean, if we consider the steps that led up to his statement, I felt like Ice Cube knew exactly what he was doing, and it had everything to do with money and how he can position himself to be a voice when he didn't deserve to be the voice or he wasn't ready to be the voice. Especially when we know there were activists reaching out to him and already trying to explain to him what was already going on, and he didn't return their phone calls. I'm talking about, important people in this work as it pertains to, Black liberation. So for him to inject himself simply because he have a blue check, and then he did it in a way that excluded so many Black people that are normally left on the margins, trans folk, Black immigrants, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can't get with what he did, especially when I know he took money from Steve Bannon's people to start his Big Three League. And also some of the shit he said about Joe Biden before he came out with that space about, so I just felt like his efforts was insincere and his motives were not clear. So I mean, that's just where I am at.
Yeah,
the canceling shit,
and
the canceling shit for me, shit for me is not, but the canceling shit for me is like, that ain't, I don't understand that. And I don't get involved in that culture. I think when people fuck up, it's our job to call them out and also hold them accountable. But I don't know what that, like writing people off forever looks like. I'm not with that.
Right. And like this is, I guess this is one that me and you will forever disagree with. But like you're my brother, if we agreed about everything, I think we'd be doing ourselves a disservice, and especially if we have clickbaity political thirst trap going on. If we agreed about everything, it wouldn't be an authentic relationship, right? So I just wanted to say that because I was a part of an article that Jason Johnson came out with about like negative politicians. I mean, negative Black people, the top 10 negative Black people when it came down to politics, right? And it's in the Griot, right? It was in the Griot. I believe they pulled it down. But it's still on Yahoo. You can check it out. And I gave my top 10, and Cube wasn't in it, but Cube was still mentioned. And I'm just clarifying some things. Like a lot of folks around, like my folks, don't agree with me on this one, and that's perfectly fine. We can all have a certain problematic view, right? And it's on our family to like fix it, right? But as far as I'm concerned, like if you even talk about Black issues and you're Black, it's on us to teach people and train people. And if I had a conversation with Cube, I tell him where he went wrong. But I see where his heart's at. That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to get it out of the way because the article went out and Cube was in it, and it was like my name was a part of it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. And matter of fact, I would substitute Cube from that article, and I would put in Herschel Walker instead, because Herschel Walker is like a Black American icon when it comes down to football, but like he's a problematic person when it comes down to the politics that we spread around. Now, I want to also say something else. You look good, boy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. You too, brother. I appreciate that. I think for me, Marcus, is, I just hearing from activists that Cube shut them down, like he wouldn't return their calls, and then also being a part of that pre-conversation to be on the Red Table Talk about Cube's contract. And when I voiced my, like, what I was going to say about the pushbacks I had, they canceled me from the show. So, I mean, I personally know that they really weren't trying to have open conversations. They really weren't trying to have open conversations about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's my, like, take on it. Like normally, like if somebody's trying to have open conversation on their point of views, I feel like they believe in those point of views. But if you're getting critical pushback from people that do the work, and instead of engaging in those conversations, you're like, I don't want to be a part of this conversation if they're gonna criticize me, then you're not being serious about what it means to be an advocate for Black life. So I think that's it. I mean, but like I said, but when it goes to like cutting people off or writing them off forever, that's bullshit. You know, man. But what up, though? Let's go into some shit about how it's okay. Let's go from how we can disagree as Black men, and then talk about how bad it is to be a fragile ass man. Today,
bro. First, do we intro this clip or do we just let the clip ride? Matter of fact,
I think
I know you on the
what
ones.
you think?
Tunde, I know you on the ones and twos, bro. Okay, so first off, like when you're with your girl and she's excited, or when you're with your partner, non-gender conforming, whatever. When you're with your person, you can't necessarily control how they react to news, whether good news or bad news or just news in general. You can't really control it. And what happened in the clip we were about to show you was one of the most problematic things that can happen. And what I want to express right now is to all the fellas out there, and I am going to say the fellas. Look, John Jackson.
Lit man. See the
lit man. The lit man's behind. The lit man showed up. To all the fellas out there, don't be so masculine that you look silly, right?
That's Marcus. That's why I want to set it. It is. It absolutely is. That's why I didn't want to set this video up. I just wanted to show this shit because it's just, I didn't want nobody to be like waiting for it to happen. I just want people to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Because this is an are you fucking kidding me video.
Hey, Tunde, run that shit.
Run that, are you fucking kidding me?
Stop playing with me. Babe, put me down, yo.
No.
For real, you don't do that shit, baby. Don't pick me up.
I was saying congratulations.
Yeah, babe, you don't fucking pick me up, man. If the fucking kids see that, it's over, dog. Taking away from my fucking man. I don't even want to post the video now. You just don't pick me up, babe. I look less of a fucking man, dog. Are you serious? Are you shitting me?
No, man, I was just saying congratulations.
Baby, pero thank you. But you don't have to pick me up, babe. I was dangling, dog. I was dangling my feet. I've never felt that before.
Come on, man.
It's fine. They just please just start fresh. Don't do that shit again. Go back and just come hug me regular. So you stop. You always doing some extra shit, dog. Babe, I was souped. You made me de-souped.
Yo.
I was thinking.
Yo, first.
My man said I was dangling.
I mean, he kind of make me feel like he hiding some other way, right?
I don't know what his problem is. That was a lot.
Well, first off, if my partner is strong enough to pick me up and I can kick my legs, then I know that my partner is strong enough to pick me up in other situations where I need her to pick me up and take me to the goddamn ambulance, and take me, out the house, or or maybe even body slam a person who's trying to attack me, right? Like, I want what they call it, what the church say? I want my girl to be equally yoked, right? I want my girl to be equally yoked. And I think that we all should celebrate.
Fucking shit said she did it to a guy before.
Yo, but here's the problem. As much as we like to on this show, we like to elevate issues that are against Black men and against men of color. One thing I'm gonna say right now is we can be problematic. We can be.
That was
This is a perfect example of
That was problematic.
how we can be problematic on a very high level sometimes, unnecessarily, right? That was a video, cuz. That was practice, right? Practice. Like, imagine if she did something like, let me get that door for you, right? Let me tell you something.
Or grabbed his ass.
Any woman in America, if you want to get my door for me, you want to open up the door for me, I'm not going to go all problematic. I'm going to say, wait a minute, pause. I'm supposed to be doing that. But if you really want to do it, have at it. Well, here's the thing. Like, we don't talk about this a lot on Clickbaity because we are very masculine men. But I'm going to keep it 1,000 with y'all right now. Toxic masculinity is a goddamn issue. And there are a lot of people in our community who haven't been taught how to, from a strong women's perspective, or from a strong non-gender conforming perspective. And when I see that video, it lets me know how problematic it could possibly be. So let me tell you fellas something. And I'm gonna pass the Mondale. Let me tell you fellas something. When you guys start dating a woman, you date her whole self. You date all of her. And including if she decides to pick you up and give you a big ass hug and your little tiny feet are doing that in the air. That doesn't make you less of a man. That makes you even thinking about that situation a tiny person. You're tiny. You're small. You have a small mentality, right? And you can't grow in a relationship like that. Now, this ain't relationship counseling. This is politics. But it digs into politics because a lot of these cats, like that guy right there in that video, they get elected to office. And they don't elevate women, and they don't go to the roots of their issues and make sure that their issues are like taken care of when it comes down to spending the same amount of money, giving the same amount of responsibility to a woman, right? And that's a problem. We gotta grow together as a community. So at the end of the day, when I look at things like this right here, I realize that as self-righteous as I can be about Black men, we still got a lot of growing to do, bro. I don't know how you feel about it, but we still got a lot of growing to do.
Well, I mean, I know we live in an era of planned videos, even when they seem like they're regular. This was definitely some skit that they rehearsed or whatever, this regular shit. But the problem with it is a real problem that people aren't talking about. Like the fact that there's a certain way to treat a man or hug a man when you're excited for him says that there's a lot of shit going on in our community that's not being discussed. And what's funny about this is while we laughing, we know somebody that would act this way had their spouse or significant other pick them up. And the tragedy of it is it becomes this little situation where people were trying to celebrate, or she was trying to celebrate him, could have easily become something serious, like, you know, the pushing her off and telling her, like, don't do that again. You always do extra shit. Could have led into the whole unnecessary argument if this nigga would have checked himself as it pertains to what's fragile. I think the video was funny for sure, but I also know that if this video was planned, but in reality, there are certain sisters that are dealing with motherfuckers who think like this for real. And that's the tragedy.
Yeah. I'd be remiss about if I'd be lying if I say I didn't have a certain amount of male fragility, right? So I'm gonna go through my flaws. I'll go through my flaws with male fragility.
That's what we doing tonight?
The door. Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that right quick. Like, my number one flaw with male fragility is door, right? I'm such a Southern gentleman that I have an issue when a woman walks through a door without giving me an opportunity to open it for her. And at the end of the day, that same woman is probably thinking, man, I'm trying to go somewhere. Why I gotta wait for you to open my door, right? I have an issue with, I don't have, so let me change that. It's not an issue, it's this thing that go on in my mind when it comes down to women, and I know that I have a lot of work to do to grow and be better when it comes down to like being fragile in this fucking universe, right? So one of the things that I don't have a problem with is women leadership. My fragility might come from any human calling me out for not doing my workload, right? And a lot of men have that problem. So I'm trying, like, for the past 10 years of my life, I've tried my hardest to get better at just being able to, like, identify that, you know what, women work harder than guys, and you need to get used to that, right? And well, people work harder than people. First, let me change that, because there's some lazy women also. But my fragility comes from like a place of being trained that a woman's place is supposed to be here, and that doesn't come from my mom. That doesn't come from my mom. That comes from like society. So society has to get better. That's all I'm saying.
Motherfucker, I ain't about to go down this road with you tonight. So I hope you ain't waiting on me to tell you. You ain't about to get my fragility tonight. Like, no, I'm just joking.
Not tonight.
But yeah, man. I mean, that's some. Yeah, not. I mean, you know, we got a short show tonight. It's Friday. That's some real shit though, and I appreciate you being vulnerable to say that. Now I'm gonna start paying women to snatch the door open in front of you and shit. Whenever I see you going through a door, I'm just gonna pay sisters to pull the doors open and open them for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm that petty.
Huh?
I said, I'm so petty, I'm just gonna start paying sisters. I'm so petty, I'm just gonna start paying sisters to open doors for you.
Hey, listen, if you do that, I'm gonna say, okay. Every single time, bro. Let me tell you what you ain't gonna do. You ain't gonna make me look crazy as hell whatsoever, right?
I know that's
hey, listen, guys, man. One thing about Fridays is that we do take it easy, man. And I want to do something with the Trap Squad themselves, right? Trap Squad, a little different. We've come up with a bunch of folks that like have inboxed us, gave us music, and kind of sort of did the work on our own. I'd like for you guys to start sending us more music. And I want music from your kids. I want music from your spouses. I want music from a local group that's not like, not published. But we want to start playing more organic music in our intro. Don't get me wrong, Gus Lord and Dante make beats. They provided us some dope ass music. But I still want to bring more people on. So y'all do us a favor. Go to Twitter, go in this inbox right. Go to YouTube. Like, you can post your favorite groups right now. Y'all got some links to some people who are not copywritten and we're trying to get on, and y'all want to hear our music. Bring them on. We need to have more local artists, because one thing that somebody inboxed me a very long paragraph yesterday saying how they appreciated just the music from the artists that we have, and it's only 3 people that have really contributed to our music. So bring it on. We're ready for all of them. Mondale, do you have all the topics? Because to be honest with you, I haven't gotten them in the email yet.
Yeah, I mean, but who gives a fuck about topics, man? It's Friday, man. I mean, I do want to talk about this indictment, this possible indictment for Trump. So I mean, that is like funny news for me. That the motherfucker that went to jail for him, Michael Cohen, is probably gonna send him to jail. That's gonna be the reason he go to jail. So I'm super excited about this. This is what happens when you fucking piss off the person who knows where all your skeletons are hidden. So Trump is in a whole lot of trouble right now, and guess what? He can't be disbarred because he already disbarred, right? Cohen ain't a lawyer no more, so it's about to go down, and I'm super excited about what's about to happen. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but there's the possibility that Trump will. Go ahead, Marcus.
Do you really think that he's going to receive any repercussions for his actions?
Hell yes, bro. Listen, they're not even playing, man. The millions of pages of documents, along with Cohen knowing everything. It's like you found the map on the back of the Lucky Charm box that actually told you where the leprechaun was with his pot of gold, and you got unlimited life supply of cereal. Yeah, his ass is in trouble, and I'm super excited about it. I'm
Well, I don't
super
think
excited.
that you guys have to excuse me. I'm fixing my power source, so I'm getting my life right real quick. I don't think that white supremacy will ever lose. I don't. He might be being indicted, but you know how hard it is to like convict a cat like Trump?
Not hard at all. A cat
He
like
should have
Trump
been convicted a long time ago for a lot of shit, bro. What are you talking about?
But yeah, but he's never had there've been no criminal charges against him, right? So I'm gonna tell you how easy it is to convict a cat like Trump. He lies. He's so inconsistent in his statements. When he's forced to come testify, he's gonna lie. That is a conviction in itself. He can't tell the fucking truth. He can't tell the fucking truth. He will lie.
You're saying his
I don't give a
nature.
fuck what lawyer.
You're saying Trump's nature. You're saying Trump's nature. I'm sorry. You're saying Trump's nature is literally going to get him convicted. That's what you think.
Hell yes. I think Trump will convict Trump. Cohen will lead them to him. Trump on the stand will convict Trump. I don't give a fuck what lawyer prep him. I don't care how many lawyers prep him. Trump will get on the stand and do what Trump does. And he's incapable of not fucking like getting himself locked up. I promise you he will. And I'm just waiting for it. They're gonna be like, damn, Trump was the best witness against. Yeah, they're gonna be like, Trump was the best witness against Trump. It's like he's the best witness against Trump.
I mean, but
oh nah, listen, the sister in New York gonna get his ass. The Attorney General Racine in DC gonna get his ass. I promise you. Those are two people who don't give a fuck about the Trump legacy, or they cannot be persuaded by Trump's influence. These are people who are making a name for themselves after going after establishment folk. If you see what's going on with these punk ass people in New York, that where people are selling co-ops to these rich folk to get rid of poor people and people living on fixed incomes, she's going after their ass. So like all of the status quo is in trouble right now, man. I'm trying to tell people all over, this is not just about Trump. It's about the status quo, or what was the status quo for so long. Shit is changing right now. We saw it. What happened in Nevada? What happened in Georgia? It's people. We just not been paying attention to what's going to happen. That's the traditional power structure where people just got away with shit. Is old news right now. It's old news. These people aren't letting it happen.
But you're mentioning like the old power structure. I mean, but who created most of the? Well, first, New York is a little different, so you might be right. Right? New York has probably one of the most overall progressive, outside of California, probably the overall most progressive prosecutors in the nation. Right? Still don't mean. All right, answer something for me. When in modern times have you seen a white man of power to the level of Trump be convicted of anything?
The white boy from Hollywood, Weinstein.
But ain't he free right now?
The motherfucker got convicted, right?
I mean, Harvey Weinstein.
Go ahead.
Harvey Weinstein is out right now. He's out. He's not. He's like he's walking free, right? When we talk about that level, Bill Cosby is in jail, but like our people don't get free like that. And Trump is like the top of their people, right?
Trump's gonna get convicted, bro. And we should wager a cigar on that, or a hookah.
I wager a hookah because you don't smoke cigars. You'll be puffing it like.
I'll get you a cigar. I'll get you a cigar. This guy's wilding. I don't like the way they make my beard smell like the next day.
Yeah, no, and you got that fluffy white beard. I believe white beard smoke collects more cigar smell than like my little all black joint right here.
And this damn white, this damn gray hair, it ain't like regular black hair. It should be coarse as hell. It's like, damn, I just watched you. Why are you so rough? Like, why are you so angry?
I do want to bring up one thing with you tonight, Mondale, and it's very important. The civil case of George Floyd. 27 million? $27.7 million went to the family of George Floyd for his murder. And if I were to keep it 1,000 with everybody right now, I'm going to say that I'm surprised that amount of money happened, even if something happened on video. So I'm going to give a real brief shout out to Big Crump, Tesman Figaro, all the activists up there, and also the family of George Floyd. Yes. Oh, okay. And the city council member from Brookhaven, Madeline Simmons, right? So all the folks that have been doing work, because here's the thing. We know that Derek chauvinistic, probably won't receive justice. I don't think he will, because I don't think that the legal system is still ready to like give Black people the justice that they're owed. But I do think the financial legal system is more than willing to do that. So shout out to the George Floyd Foundation for fighting through this, pushing through this. And I know that they have major plans with the cash and the capital that they actually bring from that. And they're going to put a lot of that money back into the community and back into police reform. And you can't do anything but be happy about it.
I will say this, and this is me being, I guess, negative Nancy. I just think this is actually a disgusting act in that, first of all, $27 million is not enough to take this man's life, right? So the settlement means something, but that brother's life is gone, and 27 million is never gonna be able to bring him back. Here's what I will say. I'm so tired of these fucking conniving ass city councils that get together with these. It's just very political for me that a week before their trial is set to start, they release this money. This is the second or third time I've seen this happen. A week before one of these white cops that have killed somebody Black goes on trial, the city that they're in or the accident happens in, I shouldn't even say accident, that the murder happened in, they release a large sum of money. It's almost like, are you giving that money because of the loss or to buy the white man's freedom? So, and because it's happening a week before that trial is set to start, I'm kind of confused about what's the purpose of that money? Is that money to reconcile the death, the wrongful death of George Floyd, or to keep this white man free from prison? And
especially with the timing of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, for me, the pushback is the 27 million is absolutely, the family deserves that, and more, and much more. They also deserve justice for the death of their son that the world watched, and I think they would want that as well. So we shouldn't allow this money to numb the fact that justice is not civil. Justice is what happens in this courtroom, and we need it. We need to make sure that you
gotta excuse me. And the reason why maybe I'm going hard for whatever cash and capital that happened off of this situation is because typically we don't get shit. Right? Like, so, and I never expect justice. I'm starting to expect financial compensation. Let's keep it 1,000. Like my own cousin, Jonathan, they got financial compensation. We didn't get justice. Right? And then also justice is also in the eye of the beholder. But like considering the fact that African Americans have gone to jail for most of their crimes in comparison to people with money, whether Black, white, or green or brown, that have money and get off and don't have to and don't go to jail. It's almost like it's almost like, what do we expect from a community of people that have created and live and thrive in this justice system, that have created a justice system for cops to be protected at the level that they are. What I'm hoping is that the George Floyd Justice Act gets passed. Because if that gets passed, at least, and it's not even a just, because the Justice Act doesn't even really say, the George Floyd Justice Act is not justice for cops. What it does is it really creates a conversation around, okay, I mean, ending qualified immunity, again, I mentioned over and over again, scares cops. It stops police officers from being so reckless within their duties, which, by the way, I no longer believe in their duty. What's the duty of a police officer right now?
Kill black people.
Right. Like, what's their duty? So I'm happy with some financial restitution coming back, surely because I understand exactly what the justice system is. We have prosecutors have to charge way lower to prove way higher burdens of proof for deaths of black people. And it's the only time in American culture that we have to worry about that exact instance is when black people get killed. Because trust me, when you defraud a bunch of middle-class white women in the Midwest with a Ponzi scheme, you're going to jail. But when you take a life of a black person, there's a good chance you won't go to jail. It's a good chance you won't. So that's Mandela, like yes. Even them saying X amount of dollars is going somewhere. We've seen so many cases where black families didn't even get a dime.
Right.
You got to be happy about something. I need to start celebrating shit, or I'm gonna start burning shit down.
I hear that.
Y'all have to excuse this clickbaity political thirst trap. We both decided to go live right now, but we're at different locations that we normally are at. So it's a little different tonight. I'm choppy and my battery's going dead in my phone, so I gotta find a charger and all kinds of stuff. Matter of fact, Tunde, take me down for a second. Mondale, I'm gonna throw this on you until I get my charger because my phone's about to be dead.
Well, I mean, you might as well stick around. We ain't got but 10 minutes left.
Oh, we only got 10 minutes left? I've been rocking with you. I've been rocking with you at a good enough pace.
Go ahead. Tell them where to find us at.
Find Mondale tomorrow. Mondale got a big day tomorrow on Patreon. I need y'all to go and support him. Fuck whatever I gotta say right now. Mondale is doing something very big. And I wanted to let you know that my mom told me today that the book that we're reviewing tomorrow is one of the books she had to read for her PhD.
Oh wow!
So she's really excited.
Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo Freire is one of my favorite books. I reread it once a year. And we all know that hour-long book club tomorrow is not enough to go through it. Shit, they teach semesters. Actually, they teach careers on it. So we'll be going over themes and also how do we apply it to what's going on right now. So, but it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be dope. And thank you for bringing that up, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. You can find me at Marcus for America and on Twitter, on Instagram, Marcus Girl on Facebook, Old Man Politic on Twitch, and also Doc Reality on PlayStation, the PlayStation app. I kind of sort of want some people to come through because I'm battling people within the next couple of weeks. And whatever you want, whatever smoke you want, I'm down to play you. Trap Squad, I'm down to play you.
Can I just say, every fucking week you got a new goddamn platform that you're on? How in the fuck do you keep up with all this shit?
Don't talk too much shit. You start your new Patreon account without talking to me.
You told me to start a Patreon account. Every time you get on that damn Hennessy, every time you get on that brown, it's weird. You told me to start this shit.
Hey, listen, the only reason you ain't at the hookah is because you in some trap ass motherfucking hotel room, and I don't even know where the fuck you at right now. Like, so, and I'm not even going to the feds watching. I'm not even going to ask you where you at right now. All I know is you're not in front of your camera, and I thought you were going to be in front of your camera. So, and also, the last episode, you went kind of dark, but you're going to live forever, Mondale. You know that? Forever.
I love Marcus. Marcus is drunk.
I'm not drunk.
He got cigar smoke.
I'm cigared out. That's the point.
This nigga talking about he on the goddamn PlayStation app. What the fuck is the PlayStation app?
You don't know what the PlayStation app is? You're tripping, dude.
Why would there be an app? Why would there be an app for a video game?
You know what? They got a PlayStation app in one of them rich ass cars you got. One of them G wagons that you get.
I don't. That's a business. That's a business, and it ain't no goddamn PlayStation in them cars. I promise you, ain't no apps in them cars. That's just work.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say though. We all got our vices. Mine is hookah, and I absolutely was looking for a hookah lounge. You know I was, but it's supposed to be a quick turnaround. And I'm supposed to be trying to get back on a plane. So, and I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Probably not. You said shiesty hotel room. That shit sounds sketchy as shit to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, I am not on a shiesty hotel. Let me set the record straight, people. I am not on a coke or crack binge right now. Don't believe Marcus. I only smoke cracks in June. Crack is for June. I don't do crack before my birthday month. My birthday month is April. Crack comes in June. No crack right now, y'all. I left the heroin. All the heroin is on the East Coast. No, I'm just joking. Find me at Monday Robinson everywhere. You all know it's Friday. We just clowning. And because we can't see the people in the chat, we can't clown them. So we just get to clown each other. We love y'all, man. We fucking love y'all. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be live on the Patreon doing a Pedagogy of the Press book club. It's going to be dope. We're going to have some fun. I hope you all are able to make it. Marcus?
Yeah, man. Listen, man, there's nothing else. I'm about to go ahead and actually get lit, and then jump on my Peloton and work that out, and then that's right.
Marcus
That's right.
Got some weird fucking habits. Is your entire life online, my nigga? Oh man, Twitch, Twiki. What are you, Twiki on the PlayStation app? And who are you on the Peloton?
Nah. Well, actually, I was about
tall,
to say
light skin guy chasing white girl. Your screen name on Peloton is tall, light skin guy chasing white girl.
I get all the hits. I get all the high five. I was about to say Wodie's not online.
Hey, listen.
Wodie got his own Instagram page.
Hey, Marcus, listen. Yeah. I told you I was on Peloton for 2 days. In my old apartment complex, they had Peloton in there. I started the class like 5 minutes late. I could not catch the white women. I was like, man, that shit did something to my ego. I was like, I ain't never doing this shit again. The white women beat me. I was like 3,000. How the fuck they getting 500 output in this liberty ass? I don't do Peloton. It hurts my ego. That's my male fragility right there. The Peloton.
That's right.
Peloton is my shit.
That's right. My male fragility is being in the airport and the white women walking past me fast as hell. Like, why you walking so fast, baby? My plane, we catching the same flight. We catching the exact same flight. What you talking about? No, on the real, please do me a favor and go there tomorrow. Hang out with Mondale on Patreon. We need that. Follow Clickbaity Political ThirstTrap. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Short episode, but we got a lot of fire for you coming soon. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can get our channel up to like 5,000 subscribers by the end of next month. Y'all think y'all can help us with that? Mondale, you think they can help us with that?
August, 5,000 people scared the shit out of me, man. That's double my hometown population.
Hey, Mondale, what I told you about being scared because you're from a small town. But we had this conversation earlier today. Then we had this exact conversation earlier today.
From what I tell you, yeah, my shit is.
Yeah. So thanks for joining the Clickbaity Political ThirstTrap. We are out of here tonight. It's a short episode, but we had to come and rock with y'all.
It's Friday. Take us out of here.
Go do something. Peace.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege, take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight, unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Yeah. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad, ThirstTrap. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you.